Good night and welcome to Benalmádena first in listening broadcast. Digital Costa del Sol brings you every Friday all the information about this week news. City Hall hosts a new technical political roundtable to address the problems of the Los Tres Pintores complex, an initiative that tries to solve the occupancy problems that the private property suffers.
The sixth meeting of the technical political table to address the problem of the Los Tres Pintores complex was held yesterday with the presence of Benalmádena's mayor, Víctor Navas. The meeting was also attended by members of the government team like María Isabel Ruiz or Salvador Rodríguez. There were also technicians from different delegations, local police, representatives from the three opposition parties and some neighbors.
Una mesa que estaba prevista para el mes de junio.
This meeting was scheduled for last June, but as we had no response from the commercial court regarding our latest enforcement order, we decided to postpone it until July with the intention of addressing any new developments in the process. The meeting has been productive. We have had the opportunity to inform a large number of residents about the real situation of the complex. The Tres Pintores complex is a private property that is in insolvency proceedings, the ownership of which is unclear, which makes it difficult to solve the health problems caused to the municipality in general and to the residents of the area in particular.
El ayuntamiento no tiene capacidad ni potestad.
City Hall has no power to act on private property unless extreme health or safety conditions allow it, for what we need authorization from the commercial court, and that is what we have been waiting for since last April. This enforcement order would cover actions worth more than 100,000 euros, cleaning the whole area, fencing off the accesses, and installing safety elements to prevent the risk. But this cannot be carried out as a council. We must first communicate it to the owner of the complex, who would be obliged to maintain the facilities in a suitable state in accordance with the municipal ordinances. In the event of non-compliance with this order, it would be the town hall which would subsidiarily undertake the various actions. As there is currently no owner as the complex is in insolvency proceedings, the commercial court must authorize the town hall.
Una orden de ejecución por parte de los técnicos.
Last April, we informed the commercial court of the need to carry out the execution order, and now we are waiting for authorization, but it is a procedure that does not depend directly on this local administration. We understand that the residents are fed up. This is a problem that has been dragging on for a long time, but all the mechanisms and resources have already been used to try to solve it. So we ask for patience until the court authorizes us to carry out the execution order. The social services continue to work to provide alternative housing for the residents, and City Hall has already issued 3 enforcement orders to the owner company without any response. The mayor invited the opposition parties to share other possible measures and alternative solutions to this problem.
Comprendemos el hartazgo de los.
They still haven't put any proposal on the table, despite having already participated in 6 roundtables dedicated to this situation. City Hall plans to undertake the repairs if the owner doesn't, with a special emphasis on the health problems and on the prevention of vandalism. There is a rigorous control of the residents who live illegally in the complex. Their number and situation is known at all times, and the local police have identified them, all lacking any criminal record.
City Hall is carrying out procedures to offer free rides on the municipal bus line to the citizens inscribed in the municipal registry, an initiative that seeks to change mobility in order to follow a new city model.
Benalmádena's mayor, Víctor Navas, and mobility councilman, Javier Marín, held a press conference last week to announce the development of the administrative procedures so that all residents registered in the town can use municipal public transport free of charge.
Y no podemos fomentar el transporte público si no ponemos.
This government team is clear about the model of city we need. We are working on various lines of action so that our city meets all European standards of sustainability and environment. This was the approach used to develop our proposal for the EDUCI funds presented on the European Union. Thanks to this, we obtained 10 million euros for the development of projects to improve and enhance the sustainable development of Benalmádena Costa. Now we are also working on the objectives of Agenda 2030 and the strategic plan for tourism. The mayor explained the city model they are betting on, stressing the importance of changing our mobility habits. On this city model, one of the important elements is the reorganization of traffic in order to create new spaces for pedestrians, opting for a more sustainable mobility, thus reducing the emission of polluting gases into the atmosphere. A very important measure is the promotion of public transport, something that is being done in major cities that want to make progress and ensure a greater well-being to residents. We encourage citizens to leave their private vehicles at home and make use of public transport. The mayor has advanced that he is already considering increasing the frequency and the places where public transport reaches in Benalmádena. We are working to make municipal public transport free for all registered citizens. We will also manage to increase the quality of life as it is a more efficient and sustainable transport alternative because it produces fewer emissions into the atmosphere. It is not a process that can be carried out from one day to the next, but step by step, and that's why the traffic reorganization measures that have been put in place in Avenida Antonio Machado also require readjustments and the evaluation of various alternatives. Marín highlighted the importance of betting on public transport. Urban public transport is going to be one of the pillars of mobility in the town, so we are going to start issuing cards that will allow free use of municipal public transport to all those registered in Benalmádena from 2022. The transport on Benalmádena cannot depend so much on private vehicles, and we want to make it easier for citizens to leave them at home and start using public transport more. We have been working along these lines for years through the municipal company in Noven, facilitating free bus tickets for pensioners and students. The councilman, who is also in Noven's CEO, announced that they are working on the expansion of the municipal lines. We are also working on the expansion of the municipal urban lines so that the service does not remain on the single line that currently operates, which is already insufficient to meet the high number of people in Benalmádena. We are currently studying the possible route of new lines. Our aim is to cover the entire municipality of Benalmádena with municipal bus lines.
Tomorrow, Saturday, Benalmádena's Hospital de Alta Resolución is hosting a mass vaccination day without an appointment for people aged 40 or over who belong to the health centers of Arroyo de la Mier or Torrequebrada.
The recapture of people over 40 who are not yet vaccinated continues to be intensified with mass walk-in vaccination days in all provinces, with the Janssen preparation a safe preparation like all approved vaccines, which has the great advantage of being a single dose, with a very high effectiveness in preventing severe forms of COVID-19, including emerging variants such as Delta. Head Councilman Juan Carrillo appealed to the public on Wednesday to participate in the walk-in vaccination day, which will take place at Benalmádena's Hospital de Alta Resolución on Saturday, July 24th, for people aged 40 and over who has not been vaccinated against COVID-19. From City Hall Health Area, we are passing on information from the Costa del Sol Health District concerning COVID-19. A mass vaccination without appointment has been organized at Benalmádena's Hospital de Alta Resolución for all those born in the year 81 or before with the Janssen vaccine. If you are over 40 years old and belong to the health centers of Arroyo de la Mier or Torrequebrada, do not hesitate to go directly to the ARE at that time and they will vaccinate you. We are going to make an effort because without vaccination we will not be able to make progress, so thank you very much to all of you. In addition, Andalucía continues to lower the vaccination cut-off this week against the coronavirus, this time for people aged 23 and over. Thus, from Tuesday, July 20th, people born in 1997 and 1998, that is to say, those who turn or have turned 24 and 23 during the whole of 2021 will be vaccinated. Spain has again exceeded 30,000 daily coronavirus infections for the third time this month. The strong increase in new infections has caused a new rebound in the cumulative incidence rate, climbing to around 644 cases per 100,000 inhabitants in the last 14 days, a figure not been seen since the beginning of February after reaching the peak of the third wave. However, the incidence rate only increased 22 points, the smallest increase since Tuesday, July 6. The incidence rate of the virus increased in all age groups without exception. Once more, the worst data was among the youngest, although it appears to be slowing down. In the 20 to 29 age group, the rate went from 1,838 to 1,866 cases per 100,000 inhabitants in the last 24 hours, an increase of 28 points in day, when last week there were jumps of almost 200 points in just 24 hours. Meanwhile, the incidence rate in the 12 to 19-year-old group rose from 1,525 to 1,560 cases between Tuesday and Wednesday. Catalonia, the region that leads the incidence rate ranking of the whole country with 1,239, became the first area to register a decrease after several days of constant generalized increases in Spain's 17 regions and 2 autonomous cities.
The National Distance University, better known as UNED, has opened its enrollment period. This institution, which has a telematic classroom in our municipality, is extending its offer and maintaining the discounts and advantages of previous years.
Education Consilman Pablo Centella held a press conference last week to inform about the start of the enrollment period for UNED's degree, masters and courses for the next academic year. Centella, who was accompanied by UNED's telematic classroom coordinator in Benalmádena, Sofía Pastor, stressed the importance of having this service in the municipality. To facilitate access to university studies, UNED currently has no cut-off marks in any of its degrees and allows enrollment in only one subject per year. Also, this university admits students from bachilleratos prior to 2017, which makes it possible to start a university degree from BUP without having passed CO or selectividad. The deadline will remain open until October 21st, and enrollments can be processed through the Aula Telemática of the municipality located in the Ovoide building. The Consilman also highlight the scholarships offered by the UNED, as well as other advantages and discounts. The UNED offers scholarships, study grants and discounts for members of large families, victims of terrorism or gender violence. In the case of people with a degree of disability of 33% or more, enrollment is free in regulated courses. There are also bonus of 99% of the credits passed in the first registration, so that if the student passes the subjects, only pays 1% of the following ones. Finally, he highlighted the methodology they use as well as their online platform. As for the study methodology, students have the possibility of seeing the weekly classes taught live at the UNED in Málaga, so it is not necessary to travel there to receive them. Likewise, students can resolve their doubts and participate in class through the platform, which allows them to make their studies compatible with work, family, or personal obligations, and attendance is not required to study at this university. Pastor began her speech by explaining the evolution they have observed in the profile of their students and also highlight the expansion of the range of courses on offer.
La UNED también
The UNED offers 28 bachelor's degrees, 2 micro degrees, 11 combined degrees, 78 official university master's degrees, 16 languages and access for people over 25, 40, 45 years old, as well as more than 600 continuing education courses that complete the wide and varied range of studies offered by this university. The coordinator of the UNED in our municipality has highlighted the offer of micro degrees that have been launched backed by the success of the micro degree of Spanish history organized last year. As a novelty this academic year, the offer of the so-called micro degrees has been extended following the success of the micro degree in Spanish history last year. These micro degrees, either bachelor's or master's degrees, are of 1 academic year's duration and count if the student wishes to continue studying the degree or master's degree for a longer period of time. For the moment, the micro degree in Approach to English Studies, Language, Literature and Culture will also be offered for the academic year 2021-2022, with more micro degrees planned to be added in the near future.
The artist Pablo Rodríguez Gui is exhibiting an anthology of his work at Benalmádena's Exhibition Center, which recently reopened its doors. The artist himself will also give guided tours explaining his work.
After the closure caused by the coronavirus pandemic, Benalmádena's Exhibition Center recently reopened its doors with an anthological exhibition of the artist Pablo Rodríguez Gui, inaugurated by Culture Councilman Pablo Centella after almost a year and a half without activity in one of the jewels of the cultural infrastructures of the municipality. Last week, the councilman and the artist himself held a press conference at Casa de la Cultura to announce a series of guide tours with Rodríguez Gui. The exhibition center reopened its doors after the hardest month of the pandemic, celebrating 50 years of the career of a local artist, an artistic work characterized by its light and color. The exhibition commemorates his extensive artistic career, 50 years of work, creation and artistic research in which he has come to tackle different styles precisely because of this continuous work. Pablo Rodríguez Gui will dedicate one afternoon each week to guide tours in which he will explain his creative process until he reaches the finished work. The councilman stressed that it is necessary to book the visits and announced that the guide tours will continue in August, although the day and time will change. We encourage the people of Benalmádena to come to the exhibition center to enjoy this important exhibition, taking advantage of these guided tours, which in July will be organized every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and in the coming months the schedule will be adjusted to the availability of the artist. For his part, the artist highlighted the value of the exhibition center and its reopening. He also stressed that rather than explaining paintings, he is going to explain the main features that underpin his works, and that the experience will help the audience to better understand the artistic world. I wanted to invite everyone to visit it, not because it is my exhibition, but because the reopening on this center, it is an important event. We have to value what we have, and the exhibition center is an important asset in our region, so we have to promote it. In addition, there is my exhibition, which brings together work from the 50 years that I have been dedicated to artistic activity. The summary of my work that is made through this exhibition includes from the first work that I painted to the last one, painted a couple months ago. The exhibition is divided into thematic blocks, which makes it easier to follow my evolution. They are not organized in a chronological correlative way, because the exhibition discourse demanded something else. The exhibition jumps sometimes from front to back, sometimes from back to front, which help to understand precisely what is the essence of my work. The exhibition will be on display until December the 12th with more than 200 works created over 50 years of artistic life of an artist who chose Benalmádena as a place to live and create more than a decade ago.
And these are today's headlines. New meeting of the political table of Los Tres Pinturas complex. Free bus for Benalmádena citizens. Vaccination without appointment for the people over 40s. The UNED enrollment period is now open. Guided tours with Pablo Rodríguez Gui. The weather forecast for the weekend will leave us with slightly cloudy skies with intervals of medium and high clouds and morning mists on the coast. Temperatures on the rise on the coast with locally notable increases in the highs, unchanged or decreasing inland. Winds from the west, occasionally very strong gusts associated with dry storms. And that's all. Thank you for watching us, and remember, you can stay updated on our website or social media profile on Facebook and Twitter. Have a good night and enjoy the weekend.